Now, it's quite hot at the moment, and everyone finds this. It's very difficult to work in the heat. It's very difficult to do mental work, particularly. Now, why is this? It's because the heat and the brightness, the light of the sun, has created a high density ether. The ether, the energy, is very dense around us. And thinking requires a more diffuse, a lower density ether. The thought energy is low density, physical energy is high density. Now, this doesn't really matter because in our body we have all different densities, levels of this ether, the etheric energy. And the greater densities, the physical energy, is collected in a particular energy center in the body. That is the belly. So they call that the hara or the dantian, but it's the abdominal cavity, in particular the lower abdominal cavity. And then you have the very diffuse, subtle ether, the spiritual energy, thought energy. So that is very light. And that builds up in the head. So it's a different energy center for a different energy. And then you have the midpoint, which is the emotional energy, the feelings. That is your heart center. And that is the chest cavity. So you have three main energy centers. And these are for the three main energy levels. You've got the physical energy, very heavy, very dense, very hot, very bright. You see, light is physical energy. But physical energy is very dense, condensed, etheric energy. So etheric energy will condense into light. And now we've got a lot of light and heat, which is the same thing. So that provides, that creates a very dense, heavy atmosphere. So that energy is okay, but we collect it in our belly, in the lower abdomen. So that means at this time of hot weather, it's good to do physical training. And do training where you collect the energy in your belly. Feel it. Let the heat build up inside your belly. You see, you don't want it too much in your head. Head needs to remain cool because the spiritual energy, the etheric energy, is lower density. It's colder. It's a way of looking at it. Heat is very condensed, physical energy. But the absence of heat is getting softer, more and more diffuse, more subtle. So when it gets cold, now we're going to etheric energy. And you can see this, people say in looking for ghosts, oh, it's got cold in here. There must be a ghost around. Or this area in the room is cold. There's a little cold area. It's a bubble of etheric energy. More lighter density. So it's colder. Around it is the heavy density. So it's hotter, warmer. So I've talked about this many times, but this is how we can understand the ether. We've got this fluid energy, but we have bubbles within that. So we can have a bubble of lighter ether, etheric energy, inside an area of denser, hotter, physical energy. That you might call a spirit, a ghost. Now, but we have it inside ourselves. You see, inside our head, we want a bubble of lighter energy, etheric energy, spiritual energy. Or really, you could say this, consciousness energy, awareness, that is spiritual energy. In the heart center, a different bubble. This is a bubble of emotional energy. That we could call etheric energy. If we say the spirit is consciousness, spiritual energy, thought energy, then the soul is emotional energy, etheric energy. And then finally, in the belly, we have a bubble of physical energy, a bubble of light, a bubble of heat, a bubble of electromagnetism, a bubble of plasma. Now, plasma is extremely condensed energy. Very, very hot, very bright, very powerful. But atoms are formed from plasma. Again, I've talked about this many times. A bubble in plasma becomes an atom. And atoms are now the most condensed. Physical matter is the most densest form, condensed form of the ether. And that is the body itself. The whole body is made of that. But within the body, the area for collecting heat, light, electricity is the belly, the lower abdomen. And in this hot weather, that's what we concentrate on, collecting the energy here, bringing the energy down from the head and into the belly, grounding it. That will help us to think clearly, to do the jobs we need to do. Head's got to remain cool. Now, interestingly, I used to do a lot of healing, energy healing, for many years. And when I did healing, my hands got very cold. They were like ice. So I was projecting energy, but they were like ice. You put it on someone's head, oh, that's cold. Because I was concentrating spiritual energy, etheric energy, creating a bubble of this lighter ether. It's cold, lower density. High density would be heat. So you can also do that, create heat and project heat. You see, acupuncturists, Chinese doctors, massage therapists, they tend to have hotter hands. You're doing more physical energy, projecting heat. Now you see, that the arms are connected to the heart center. The heart center is the bridge between spirit and body. It can harness heat and cold. You can do both with the hands. So the heart center is the middle, the midpoint, the seat of the soul, the heart chakra. And in shamanism, there's a point called the assemblage point at the back of the shoulder blades. Essentially, it's the back of the heart chakra. And this is the point that they say the energy body connects to the physical body. It means inside the bones, in the spine. So deep in the body, the most condensed part of the body is the skeleton. That is crystalline structure. That is the most densest, condensed set of atoms in the body. So that, interestingly, the skeleton is the most physical, but because it's a crystal, it also resonates with the most spiritual. So thought energy, light, all the energies will resonate through the skeleton. This is how we connect the spirit to the body. Different layers of both interact. So to end this little talk now, let's just do a tiny bit of meditation. Bring your hands to the belly, sit up nice and tall, stretch up the spine, pull in the chin, breathe deeply to the back of the rib cage. You see, you want to concentrate on the belly, but hold the belly in. It's still tight. You see, the belly gets a bit smaller. You've got to pull in the groin a little bit, pull up the pelvic floor a little bit, hold the TA muscle in, pull in the obliques at the side. It gets a bit tighter around the waist. But to compensate, you expand the rib cage. So your chest opens up a little bit, but expand it towards the back. Expand the kidneys, the lower rib cage at the back. That's the deepest part of the lungs. This will stretch up your spine. So now you've got a nice tall open spine, hands on the belly, just breathing deep into the belly, feeling the energy build up in the belly. You can feel the chest, feel the head, but concentrate on the belly, the lower abdomen. Feel heat building up there. And what you can do is start spinning around. You're making small circles on the chair, spinning around and around. And as you do this, just imagine inside your belly, there's a ball of energy spinning around. It's hot, it's light, it's electricity, it's plasma building up. Allow the heat to build up and condense into this ball of energy in your lower abdomen. Just breathe deeply. Feel the heat build up. And then finally we're going to do one little chant. We're just going to chant Om. We're going to do a simple Om. But Om is the sound, again, of the spleen. But also it's the heart, a little bit of a heart. Om. Ah is the sound of the heart. But all we're doing is resonating into the belly. Try and feel that ball of energy now, heat, light, electricity, plasma, resonating with the sound, getting more intense. So we do it together now. One deep Om. Breathe in. Om. Take a few deep breaths. Feel the energy spinning in your belly, building up, condensing. And then relax. Just rest your hands on your legs. Let the energy distribute down your legs. Go down your legs towards the ground. Just relax, move about a little bit. Let the energy redistribute itself, but center at the belly. That's the safe place, the correct place to build up physical energy. More condensed, heavy etheric energy. So thank you so much for your time. I hope this made sense. Please do leave me any questions or comments, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.